Hi there, welcome to Navigating Graduate School Application. So my name is Ebenezer and today's video is going to be practical. I'm going to take you through a practical step of how to identify potential advisors. So sometimes if you're applying to study in the US, Canada or any country that you might be applying to, some programs require that you identify some faculty members or potential advisors that you would like to work with and mention some of them in your SOP and the reason why you want to work with them. So I'm going to take you through a practical step on how to identify some potential applicants. So I'm going to use one of the universities in a particular faculty and let's see how to decide if a program, if the faculty's members research align with yours and it's applicable. You can use it if you identify a specific program. You can use the same approach to search for their faculty members research. Okay, so let's dive in. So the programs, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and the program is PhD Environmental Engineering. Okay, so now this is the program. This is the overview of the program. Okay, so now how do you search for their faculty members? Okay, so you can go to people, then faculty, you click on faculty. Okay, so they have a tall list here, faculty members. Okay, so let me scroll down. Okay, these are the faculty members. So now I'm going to choose one of the faculty members and let's see and visit his lab and see what he is doing. So I'm choosing Professor Lee Blaney. Okay, so faculty members are professors, okay, who are conducting research in the universities. Okay, professors conducting research in the universities. Okay, so let me click Professor Lee Blaney. Let me click, let's visit his lab website. Okay, so let's see, this is the professor's lab website. Okay, so he's having research. Let's see some of the research he's doing. Okay, let's get his research interest. Say welcome to Blaney lab. Okay, so it says our research focuses on the intersection of fundamental and applied aspects of analytical, environmental, organic or inorganic or toxicological chemistry. Okay, our primary research interests are: one, the occurrence, fit, transport, and toxicity of contaminants of emerging concerns in natural and engineered systems. Okay, the two, it says the recovery of vital resources such as nitrogen, phosphorus from waste streams to ensure sustainable development. So these are some of his research. So there's more explanation down here. Okay, ongoing projects. Okay, so he's having some ongoing projects here, one to about 4 ongoing projects here. Okay, so you can, if you are interested in any of these projects, so these are some of the things you have to look out for if you have identified, if you visit a particular professor's profile. Okay, now let's go back and see. Okay, now let's go to his publications. Okay, so publications are also important if you are searching for a potential advisor. So this is 2025 publication. Okay, I think this is a very nice website, nice lab and a nice website. So his publications are even grouped according to year. So we have 2025 publications. These are his 2025 are current publications, 2024, 2023. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so you can now click one of his recent publications. So let's click on this: municipal and industrial waste treatment plant effluent contribution to per and polyfluoroalkyl substances in Potomac River, a baseline scale measuring and modeling approach. Okay, and it is published in Environmental Science and Technology. Okay, so let's click on it. Okay, so this is if you look at this, so let's see, it's an open access, so we could click on it. It's opened, so you can now, this is research. Okay, you can read more and understand some of the technologies, the approach methodology is using. Okay, to give you a fair idea whether you are interested in his work or not. Okay, it will give you a fair idea of the kind of research he's doing, okay, and how best to prepare your application. Okay, so this now let's go back and do more research on his lab. Okay, so now let's go to people. Okay, so he's the principal investigator. He's also having postdoctoral researchers, research assistants. Now, these are some of the current PhD students in this lab. Okay, so anytime you identify a program, it is important to, and if you are searching for potential advisors, if you visit their website, okay, look at some of their current PhD students and what they are doing. Okay, so he's having about 4 PhD students. Yeah, they are all PhD students, 4 PhD students here. Okay, and these are the description of their research. One is working on my research. My research is focused on sustainable nutrient recovery from waste streams by using donor dialysis process. Okay, and this one is my research focuses on the development of new strategies for passive sampling of chemical diverse contaminants of emerging concerns, especially PFAS. Okay, so these are some of his PhD students, what they are doing, to have a fair idea of the qualifications they have before applying to their program, or some of the skills they have. You could just click on their CV, you can download one or click on one of them, look at their CV, how they've arranged it, and it will give you a fair idea of how to structure your CV. Okay, so so this is one of the students' CV. You can look at some of the rewards, key skills that she's having, and then also the university. Okay, so she's having BSc in chemical engineering, that's petrochemical processes, the masters in chemical engineering, biotechnology processes. Okay, so before she applied to the program, she's having a master's and a MS. Okay, so these are some of the things you should look out for if you are considering applying to a specific lab. You can look at their PhD student and what they are doing. Okay, let me go back now. So let's say you are done reading about the lab, what is going on, and the research they are conducting, and you are interested in emailing this professor. You go to contact. Okay, now you can copy his email and draft a professional email to him. You send him a professional email. Okay, you can make inquiries about potential research opportunities, whether he will be taking new students in the coming academic year or not. Okay, so all these are important. Okay, so if he's having funding and he'll be taking on student, I'm sure he might reach out to you as well, or respond to your, or he will respond to your email as well. So so if you are, so with this program, if you want to consider this particular university, and then the program, that University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and then the program is PhD Environmental Engineering, so this is like a bonus. So if, let's say, you have a background in environmental science, environmental engineering, and then also maybe chemical engineering, yes, so you could consider applying to or emailing this professor whether he'll be taking on students. Yeah, so I hope today's video has been helpful, and if today is your first time visiting my channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. And please remember that the study abroad journey is not easy, but it is worth it. Do not leave your application in the hands of a third party. Own the process, take charge of the process, search, do thorough research. Okay, if you are serious about this process, you have to take charge. Okay, all right, so thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.